Breaking news. Things are heating up behind the scenes in Patriots Nation, and for good reason. 2025 is shaping up to be our year. The rebuild is done, the team is locked in, the energy is sky high, and honestly, this time, we're going all the way. But before we dive into the latest red-hot updates straight from the heart of the franchise, smash that like button if you believe the Pats have what it takes to make it to the next Super Bowl. Man, seriously, I believe so much in this team. The fire is lit, the fans are ready, and the squad is coming in with something to prove. And if you believe too, drop it in the comments. Go Pats! I believe. Let's show the world that Patriots Nation is more alive than ever. We're just 2 weeks into Patriots OTAs, and already something doesn't smell right in Foxborough. The headlines? Not what fans were hoping for. No breakout moment from the top pick. No stunning turnaround. In fact, what we're seeing is a quarterback room that looks more like a revolving door of missed opportunities than a launch pad for a franchise revival. Let's talk about it. Drake Maye, the supposed savior, the number 3 overall pick, is already raising eyebrows. And not for the right reasons. Week 1, a complete disaster. 4 interceptions on his first 6 throws. That's not just bad, that's alarming. And while he managed to avoid throwing a pick in Week 2, let's not pretend that was a redemption arc. He went 9 for 17. That's barely scraping above water in non-padded 7-on-7 drills, scenarios built for quarterback success. The baseline in those settings? 65 to 70% completion. Maye is sitting at 60% overall. 20 completions on 33 attempts over 2 weeks. That's not just below expectations. That's a red flag. Now let's throw in the context. No pads, no blitzing, no real defensive pressure, just timing routes, chemistry building, and simple execution. The kinds of drills where accuracy and anticipation should shine. And yet, Maye's deep ball, which did connect a couple of times with Kyle Williams, is more the exception than the rule. When your top highlight is, he didn't throw any interceptions this week, it's not a good week. And if you thought the backups would bring any solace, think again. Joshua Dobbs, 9 for 16 with an interception. Undrafted free agent Ben Wooldridge went 4 for 6. Not terrible, but we're not exactly seeing the next Kurt Warner emerging from the shadows. This entire quarterback room feels like it's stuck in preseason purgatory, and the offense lost in transition. Sure, we can talk about new offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels returning to the fold, but that can't be the scapegoat forever. Yes, learning a new system takes time. Yes, there are new faces. Kyle Williams, Trayvon Henderson, new offensive linemen. But excuses don't win football games, and right now, there's more justification than jubilation around this offense. Even Evan Lazar, Patriots insider, is trying to find silver linings. He noted that Maye had some good off-platform throws and was taking checkdowns. But again, in this stage of the offseason, you're hoping to see command, poise, accuracy, not mediocrity padded by empty optimism. And don't even get started on the fumbled snap that ended Maye's day, another mental misstep that points to a lack of cohesion with the center. These are the fundamentals. These are the things that should be ironed out long before we even think about preseason games. And here's where it gets even messier. Stefon Diggs. Yes, the Patriots' prized wide receiver didn't show up for Week 2 of OTAs. Last week, present. This week, off the grid.
Instead, he's gone viral thanks to a TMZ-style video showing him on a boat with 3 women and an unidentified pink substance. It's exactly the kind of off-field noise that derails momentum. Mike Vrabel was visibly frustrated in his media availability, making a pointed comment about making great decisions on and off the field. The pause in his sentence said more than his words. We're told Diggs has since posted a couple of workout videos, trying to control the PR damage. But actions speak louder than TikToks. He has to show up to mandatory minicamp. There's no way around it. OTA absences are forgivable, but a no-show in June? That sends the wrong message to teammates and fans alike. If there's one glimmer of hope, one name stirring up real buzz, it's undrafted free agent E.J. Chisholm, Eastern Washington alum, slot receiver prototype. The comparisons are already flying. Cooper Kupp, Julian Edelman, Wes Welker. He's got the quickness. He's got the hands. And most importantly, he's showing up. Chisholm was reportedly a standout in back-to-back practices, even catching 4 targets from Dobbs. Coaches and reporters alike, Mark Daniels, Brian Hines, are raving. Could he leapfrog onto the 53-man roster? That drumbeat is getting louder. If he continues to light it up in minicamp and training camp, the Patriots may have found their next great slot guy where no one was looking. And he's not alone. Running back Lon Larison is starting to catch some eyes as well. Another undrafted hopeful making noise. It's a long shot, but those are the kind of stories Patriots fans live for. Under-the-radar names grinding their way onto the field, into the lineup, into the legacy. Meanwhile, the defense? That's the unit making believers out of skeptics. Despite Vrabel downplaying it, there's no denying that this defense is far ahead of the offense. They're fast, they're physical, even in non-padded settings, and they're deep. Christian Gonzalez is the real deal. Carlton Davis may be on vacation, but when he returns, he'll only add more firepower. And then there's Harold Landry, Christian Barmore, and Milton Williams, names that Vrabel mentioned like bullets from a chamber, rapid fire, and confident. This front is aggressive, and the edge rush, once a glaring weakness, could now be a strength. 9 sacks from Harold Landry last year? You can build around that. Add Barmore and Williams to the mix and you've got real disruption potential. It's still early. That's the truth. It's still May, and we're a long way from real football. But let's not sugarcoat what we're seeing. Drake Maye needs to improve drastically. The offense is in disarray. Stefon Diggs is already flirting with controversy. And yet, there's a reason to tune in, or reason to hope. The defense is shaping up. And E.J. Chisholm? That's a name worth watching. Maybe, just maybe, the spark is already on this roster. Now, let's open it up to you, our Patriots faithful. What do you think of Drake Maye's shaky start? Is E.J. Chisholm the real deal? And is it already time to worry about Stefon Diggs? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Are we witnessing the start of a rebuild, or just another bump in the road? Let's hear what you think. And speaking of bumps in the road, let's talk about one of the biggest disappointments from this stretch of OTAs. Wide receiver Javon Baker. Remember the soundbite? When people watch me play, I make people in wheelchairs stand up. That's what he said after being drafted in the 4th round. High confidence, sky-high expectations, and now, here we are. Let's be honest, right now, Baker isn't making anyone stand up. In fact, he's giving fans and coaches plenty of reason to sit back down. From drop passes and basic drills to bizarre lapses in focus, Baker's OTA performance is bordering on disastrous. The defining image? Dropping a simple pass during routine individual drills. But it didn't stop there. After catching one, yes, just one, pass, Baker decided to flex, literally. He struck a pose, jogged slowly toward the sideline, and completely missed that his entire offense was already in the huddle. The quarterback was ready. The play was being called. And Baker? He was too busy admiring himself to even notice. That's not confidence. That's immaturity. Mike Vrabel wasn't having it. Reports from the scene say Vrabel had to literally yell at Baker to get back into the huddle. Then, according to Mike Rice, Vrabel walked Baker into the locker room after practice, continuing to coach him directly. That's not standard. That's not routine. That's a warning shot from the head coach, and it should be taken seriously. Look, rookies make mistakes. Young players need time to adjust. But this isn't Baker's first season. This is year 2. And when you come off a rookie year with 1 catch for 12 yards in 11 games, you don't have the luxury of taking reps for granted. You don't have